We will be continuing with the Abyssinian run as I almost explode myself through AE. I remember I was saving this money for other wonders. Oh yeah, I was saving it for the Dutch polders because I was going to them immediately. I should just double check here. Because, yeah, fort time. Or as the hip kids nowadays say, the fortnight. Die. So yeah. I took a amazing one province away from this person and gained like 100 AE. But it was 100% worth it. Because whenever I can accept Dutch and then get that, because that goods produced modifier is amazing. Was that gave me a bunch of more control in the English node, equal more money. And that we're finally getting somewhat more close to the goal. Let me check something. Task manager. Did I forget to reduce anything down? Control wise, go to that, set priority high, set affinity to everything. Go to that, go to that. Look at details, set priority, set affinity. Oh yeah, no, I forgot to put one, take one out, one thing out. Ah. Hey. Hey. I'm annexing Ingerland. And then building 8 million Great Wonders. Just wait until that 50 government reform. Then I can just decentralize the government even further. Go down to 85, then I can get it down to 80. We'll speed up government reform process even faster. And also... Get my armies kitted out with generals, let me start drilling again. So we've got a lot of mill power, so I could just kind of burn it. Set the mill power on fire! Is yes. I think I'll upgrade Stonehenge first. Because, plus one missionary strengths. When do I get my new Inquisitor? 2 years. I'm a little bit hesitant about using manpower at the current second. I'm kind of waiting for them, just as keeping as a backup for the possible massive fucking coalition that I might proc. Yippee! Sure, why not? Yo, I am good, how are you? Thank you for the follow. Hello? No. You gotta play from either CK2 or CK3. Crusaders Kings 2 or 3, and then convert a save early. Because I was playing CK3 and then I gave up because the game was running too slowly and converted it early in 1198. Yeah, you just have to go get the U4 to CK or CK2 or 3 to EU4 converter, and you can convert any save into a EU4 save. It's just the farther you convert, the longer it is to get the first innovation past feudalism. Because I have been kind of sitting here for like 200 years waiting for... It kind of is, especially when you're just a big blue blob, and then you have, you know, so much over-governing extension, it's not funny. I physically cannot invade anything without the entirety of the world getting upset. No, there's still technically all these other powers. Still got Byzantium that exists. We got White Rus. We got Scandinavia, and they all got like massive amounts of dev because of the conversion. So, like, there's hundreds of thousands of men just existing out there, and then we got all of Asia and India still left. They got like hundreds of thousands of men. Plus, we haven't explored the New World yet, so we still got that to fight over. I would invade people, but the problem is overextension kills me because of the over-governance. Yep, that's my big blue blob. As my giant mane stretches out over it. I've also been doing the wonderfully cursed thing of converting all of the cultures under the sun. I've been slowly replacing with Abyssinian. But to really help out that religious culture modifier. Once I'm able to start, like, stating everything, I'm actually going to be able to make a lot of money. Because out of all of this land, I only have 20 states out of 273 territories. That's 273 states that I could have. If, you know, I could fix this problem. And I got basically max prestige because of all the wonders I have under my belt. The fun thing is I formed Abyssinia back in the 900s. So Abyssinia is technically a long-standing empire at this point. Well, that's the problem is I don't, like, all the states are basically independent. So I can't really draw upon much of my economy. And the only, I forced out a bunch of states for the gold-producing provinces that I have to make more gold. So I get 30 in gold. My main breadwinner in terms of my money is literally the Genoa trade node. Because I'm able to pump a lot of, wealth into it. Because I control a lot of the nodes to Genoa, so it's just auto-directing a lot of the traffic there. Except for Ragusa. Ragusa is where I'm having to pull it in from. Got my tier 3 Inquisitor. Let's go! Gotta convert all of the other religions away. Yeah, it also doesn't help when I also show you conversion, so a lot of the cultures and religions don't exactly exist. As this is the custom religion that I got from CK3, because you can make your own religion. So I made the cat religion from ancient Egypt. And due to how my religion was structured, it gave me the... Yeah, England is always a definite good choice. Because you got your, like, island to protect you from most threats. Because if you manage your navies right, you can always just survive. Ottomans is just, I have all of the money and all of the men. Watch as I beat people. So yeah, I got the picture. Yes, I got the, because it's the cat goddess. Because that's... just literally type in the religion about cat, because it was like a very short-lived religion. It wasn't like the worship of cats, but it was a goddess that took the form of a cat. And the reason I remember it is because I remember my buddy played Expeditions, my brain, and they had that religion in there, I believe. With the aspects of that practice. And how the conversion mod works is it will take the tenets of your religion and then make a new religion for you to use in U4. And this is what it gave me. Due to one of my tenets, I got the Patriarch Authority thing. Even though it says it's for the Orthodox Church, it's technically for this religion, because I don't have any icons, because I'm not a Christian faith. So there's technically no icons for the faith. I got 9999 Splendor, because I've been just kind of sitting here for so long. And I got over here because I've been doing my African campaigns into Southern Africa. Just trying to make some gains. And I have made this nation right over here my march. I'm planning to feed it this entire trade node in the future of Zambini. Benzini, whatever you call it. And I've been vassalizing and then slowly annexing other nations. I also found an insane thing. I actually make enough. I make enough money size-wise that when I hit this button to debase my currency, I make more money than I lose by fighting corruption. Because I did the calculations. Because I get 4,000 from corruption, and I have to pay 1,700 back in corruption fighting. So I could literally just print money if I wish. Usually it's not worth it. But now it is. I'm like, infinite money glitch. Honestly, the easiest way to get a good economy in this game is be in a trade node and try to as hard as hell to control it. If you're near an end of a trade node, that is usually the best because you don't have to fight that hard to get the money. my philosophy on rebels is I try not to fight them when I can. If I can just increase autonomy to prevent them from revolting, I just do that. If you don't have enough money, like, you can either turn off your army until you need it, like you know there's a revolt on the horizon or a war that you want to fight. Other things like that, you can turn off your forts. If you're really screwed for money, and you're just trying to maintain an unmaintenanced army, and you don't have the money for that, a really good way to get money is to start spending your admin and diplo. Usually admin on investing in your provinces. Try to find either a cheap province to invest in, or a very very expensive good to invest in. Yeah, one way to really cheapen your army is to not have cavalry. Unless you, like, cavalry are really great when you have it, but if you're not going to be fighting a war, then cavalry is kind of useless. And cavalry are very expensive to maintain. Especially cannons are very expensive as well. Maybe we get to cannons. And make sure you're not going over army cap, because army cap really boosts your costs for your military. And that might be the case, because if you just go to the, like, here, I'll have to show you. You go to the army tab right here. This is your force limit. Whenever you go over your force limit, problems happen. Like, it gets more, like, cause down here, like, we can go to Navy. I am paying 7 more ducats a month to run this massive Navy than I should. Causing me to have to pay, like, 20 in ducats for Navy. Another way to make your army slightly cheaper is make the nobility happy and keep them happy. Yeah, that is like the jumbo, like the massive amount of complexity of this game is trying to juggle maintaining enough money to run your country, maintaining enough money to build things and soldiers, and also to expand. Because the only real way, because if you're too small, the only way to win wars is try to get allies that will help fight the wars, and that's also like a 50-50, because sometimes the allies will just be utterly useless and die in the middle of the battle, and then not really help you. Not everyone's going to be allied with England. It's just probably everywhere that you want to expand is actually allied with England, which is then a pain. Because what you then have to do next is you then have to try to find an ally bigger than England that will help you fight England. Are you a different religion? Because maybe England is the defender of the faith. Because that might be your problem. Because if England's attacking at every single one, yeah, then England is defender of the faith. Generally, England usually doesn't send troops, like they'll send a token force. It's just one of those things you have to be smart about it. Because England usually doesn't send that many soldiers. You just might have to re-examine your knowledge. You might have to go through a tutorial a couple times. Because it is a lot to get to understand. Because if you're having money troubles as the Ottomans, you need to re-examine what is wrong. They're yeah. EU4 is like it could be as simple as as you want, but as complex as you want as well. And there's a lot of moving parts that if you're not sure about, it then all falls apart and explodes. When you're playing a bigger nation, there's a lot of parts to keep track of, but you can survive a lot more punishment because you're a bigger nation. My metric of success for this game is green line go up. Money. I'm making only 5 ducats, then I might as well just pull the merchant from Venice and pull more money from someone else. Hey, you mother trucker, give me that 15 ducats. Give me that 15 ducats. How dare you take that 15 ducats from my pocket? Well, the funny thing is, by the time you learn how all of this works, I believe EU5 is coming sometime soon. And either maybe this year or next year. Which is going to be an entire new thing to learn. Oh, have you checked the Steam Workshop? There might be a Turkish mod for for your language. I know there's a Chinese mod in the workshop to change the language from the game to traditional Chinese, I think it was. Well, hopefully they'll have it translated to your language next year. Yeah. Oh, I got 110 to go reform. Mainly that's another nuance about this game you kind of have to learn. Yeah, you kind of have to learn who you should really try to ally. Uh, Generally, it's a good idea to have allies that are either on your level or at least that can be remotely helpful for you. Generally, I try to substitute allies with vassals. Those vassals are an ally with a gun to his head. And he always has to help you no matter what. And you just can't let them get too big, otherwise they get pissy and try to revolt against you. And you can annex vassals over time. You should also pay attention to other nations. There's the offer vassalization button. If you can get a small nation like you, and you can just see the green check mark, you can just diplo annex a nation without ever going to war with them. That technically you can accept all of them. It doesn't really matter because they're just trying to fight whoever they're fighting. And it's not really going to bother you. Unless you have a strategic reason not to allow them through your lands, it's usually okay to let them through. $1.35, 1.35, 46. Oh! I think it might give a small boost to your modifier, but I don't think it really changes anything if you say no either. You just say yes. It's just more of, if you let them through, then they will go fight their enemy and then possibly kill themselves on their enemy. So, if they're fighting someone that you want to fight in the future, it's almost a good idea to let them go fight them, and then you can go fight them later. It's just permission to allow them to maneuver troops through your lands, which sometimes is kind of necessary for them to fight their war. I'm just kind of sitting here biding my time. That's the fun thing. I can't pick an ID yet because I have a 625% ahead of penalty modifier. So I can't get to the next thing yet because I need 4,362 monarch points. You should have seen it back 200 years ago. I need 15,000 monarch points to advance. So I can't do anything yet. Because we're still 61 years ahead of time. So in January of 1416, I will get my final government reform, and then I can start hitting the expand administration button, which then I can then slowly start getting this governance cap up. Yes, it would. Although that will not be my first one, because what I'm going to first pick is exploration, as I want to start exploring for the New World, as I'm in a prime opportunity to get to the New World and like get colonies first. And then next will be expansion for, you know, the colonies. It does also give me merchants to play with, some trade power. Then it will be trade, because that's just how that is going to be set up. And then I will then evaluate what else I want. I'm probably going to next go for religion. The trade can really help you if you're in a bad spot economically. Believe economic ideas can also just help because of just pure tax money. And it also improves your production. Usually you're supposed to try to mix in military ideas, but I always usually gun for a lot more economic and support ideas before I go military. Yes, humanitarian, humanist ideas definitely are good at suppressing that, but another one that can be really good to suppress that is actually religious ideas, because if you don't give up your religious control and are able to convert everything to your religion, then you can use devoutness to help suppress rebels, because the tolerance of true faith, if you look, because if you look here, this, the tolerance to true faith reduces unrest, because if they are of your religion, doesn't matter if they're a rebel or a different culture, that religion is going to help suppress them because the clergy is on your side. Humanists can do... Can you go for legalism? Rebels can do... I'm not getting that. My brain is not comprehending your sentence. Or will there be any rebels? For the religious thing I was talking about, that will be for any rebels that are of your religion. Because if they're of a different religion, then that won't help. I can't remember the modifiers, but I believe it was legalism that helped with that long rest, or was a mysticism. If you hover over each one, it will tell you what they help with. Because I know legalism had technology in it, because I always pushed for legalism to help make my tech cheaper. And I always know that the other way was for higher army cap. Yeah, because mysticism, legalism is only for Muslims. Orthodox gets the patriarchy system. The Catholics get the Pope. And then there's the Protestant religions in the future that get their own systems. If you ever want... So... Okay, my brain. From what I've heard, the Orthodox religion is technically supposed to be the best one. Muslim religion is... Only reason why you should keep it is certain ones are really good for your government. I believe specifically for your government, as the Ottomans, you always want to have at least a version of Islam. The religions are... There is some extremely simple religion, and there's some extremely difficult ones to deal with. Yeah, religion is going to be extremely important because it will allow you to Certain religions are hard to convert, like to actually like spread it. Muslim is the easiest religion to spread. Yes. Because if there's a lot of nation states that are of your religion, then it's really easy to make allies with them. I think even heresies are technically slightly easier than full-on heretics. Or heathen beliefs to make allies with. The Sunni religion is the best one for taxes, because from what I remember, Abadi is the best one for production. Yeah, so there is a lot of nuance to the game. If you ever want even a more complicated time, start as China. Especially with the updates, because I kind of threw up my hands with that, because I used to play China a lot. I knew a lot how to do a lot with it, and then no. England will always back their ally first. The only way that will ever change is if you build up enough favors with England, and then go into the favorship menu, or the favor, yes, the favorship, the favor menu. I can even show you. You go into the favor menu. You can do break alliance. Yeah, you have to break the alliance with the person you want to attack that England's allied with, which takes 50 favors. Then they will be at truce with them, so they can't help you in that war. And you want to go to war with them in that time frame when they break that truce. Otherwise, England might re-ally them. Also, you have to try to make them hate their allies, so you might have to have 60 favors for that, to reduce the opinion of the person that you want to break the alliance with. Other than that, a lot of this game is waiting and watching for opportunities to strike at nations that then can't defend themselves. Yeah, it can just get complicated as shit. Very few areas are easy to play with. You just kind of have to really, like, learn it. Like, the bigger the nation, it's a lot easier to just throw your weight around. Like, as the Ottomans, it's a lot easier to just bully smaller nations, because even if they ally together, unless they ally one of your major rivals, they can't do anything. Yeah, it's gonna probably take. It really depends on how the rate you learn and how you learn. It could take you 20 hours, even more. It could take you 5 hours more before it just clicks and you learn everything that you need to know. Some people, they have played for literally hundreds of hours, they still act like they don't know how to do anything. Yeah, it can be helpful to restart. There is sometimes that it's more beneficial to try to stick around and try to figure out what is wrong, just to then fix it in the next run. Yeah, it's either you learn through repeated mistakes or you learn through friends. Because friends, if you play with friends, it is a lot easier to learn. So they're like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? They're like, are you doing this? And they're like, oh, wait a minute. Then I would suggest, if you want to learn with other people, there might be some... So I'm assuming you're not going to be the only Turkish person playing the game. So there probably might be a community out there that of people that were like, that might welcome you in to try to like teach you how to play the game. Because as my old friend group always accepted new people because we always had a limited amount of players, and it would rather have a new player than and try to teach them how to play the game than when we have the three same people over and over again, because having a fourth new person adds a new dynamic to the map. Well, we got this coalition right here. Has the modifier reset for those small nations? No, it's still going. If you want to, here's a spot in the world to play. If you want to slightly, it is a slightly complex start to the game. You just have to understand what is going on. Is Japan. Japan is slightly complicated, as Japan's already formed in my save. Because they've had like 200 extra years to like reform properly. Anyway. You'll be playing as Ashikaga, and Ashikaga is currently the Emperor of Japan. And you can slowly annex a bunch of your vassal states. And you're trying to just annex the bigger ones before they get too big, then try to revolt against you. And then take your emperorship from you. And by doing that, it is a little bit... There's usually a very safe area to like exist in, because no nation really messes with you for like several hundred years. And that might be a good spot to try to learn how the vassal system works. It does have special vassals, but it also allows you to kind of mess with the mechanics. Although it will be a lot of just sitting on your hands, not doing anything as Ashikara. Watching as your vassal states kill each other.